Okay, everybody, I cannot believe this happened, but I think I actually started a discourse. Like, I'm pretty sure I am the one who started the sort of, like, saga of discovery that we're about to unfold in a moment. So for those of you guys that don't know, I have covered Matt Walsh of the Daily Wire, the transphobic, glasses beard having many, many times, okay? I've covered him a lot, right? And one of the things that kept coming up from time to time when I would cover him was this weird, creepy plushie that he sells, particularly marketed for parents who watch the Daily Wire to give to their kids. It is called the Sweet Baby Gang plushie, because he calls his fans the Sweet Baby Gang, apparently. I've always found the plushie quite creepy, and I've pointed it out numerous times, but it never really, the fact that he had this was never taking off. Like, people weren't pointing it out. People weren't really, noticing it for some reason. That is until a few days ago, when I was covering Matt Walsh. This is about a week ago now. I was covering Matt Walsh. Just a random video. I was covering Matt Walsh's, I don't actually remember what it was. And they are far right, wanted to genocide Jewish people or school. Yep, here it is. I'm pretty sure this is what started. Everyone, they're talking about the fucking plushie. This bit right here is where I think it started. Main target are the youngsters. In fact, we're going to be covering Matt Walsh's commentary on this. And in fact, you've got Matt Walsh's logo in the background. For those of you guys that don't know, I feel like I need to start bringing this up in every Matt Walsh segment. Because I feel like it just contributes to the overall creepo vibe that Matt Walsh kind of brings to the table. So Matt Walsh, you know how Steven Crowder has the Mug Club? And his fans are the Mug Club, you know? Well, Matt Walsh's fans are the Sweet Baby Gang. That's what he calls them. And this is his merch. If you buy Matt Walsh merch, it is very likely this is what you'll be getting, if it's not the What is a Woman shirt. His fans are in the Sweet Baby Gang, and his logo is a picture of a baby with his head photoshopped on the baby. Yeah, pretty weird, huh? Especially for a guy who literally has built his entire platform and calling all LGBT people groomers and pedophiles. So, I brought that up, and I think it was a really good argument. I think it was a very good argument. And apparently other people did too, because following that video, following my talking about that, all of a sudden everybody started talking about the Sweet Baby Gang plushies. And I think it can kind of be traced back to this Jay Aubrey tweet. And the reason why I think it could have been, well, for one, Jay Aubrey tweeted this shortly after I, said that on stream and posted that video. But also, this was the first really big tweet to, be talking about it. And also, Jay Aubrey follows me. So I think Jay Aubrey might have seen my video and then posted this and made the fact that Matt Walsh sells these plushies go viral. Yeah, Jay Aubrey's based. Jay Aubrey's left-leaning. Jay Aubrey is definitely left-leaning politically. One of the very few good, YouTube, documentary about creators and their rises and falls, kind of content creators. So yeah, Matt Walsh is a fucking creep, and I could not be more glad to see that my random, I wasn't even really thinking that was gonna do anything. I did not expect, and I'm almost certain I'm responsible for this getting as much attention as it has. I did not expect it to blow up that much from me, talking about it like that. I didn't expect there to be so many people that would get that into their, view and be like, holy shit, another thing that makes Matt Walsh look kind of like a fucking creep. Now they're going to be out of stock and valuable. These things are never going to be a valuable collector's item. I'm sorry, that's not happening. Maybe some extremely fanatical Matt Walsh fan out there in like 40 years is going to be like scouring the earth to get one of these, but yeah. Zan is the origin of all discourse. It's actually true. It's true. If there was a discourse you heard about, that was me. I did that. I did that discourse. That was me. That was all me. No, but in all seriousness, apparently Matt Walsh ended up having a statement on this. The only place I've actually seen Matt Walsh's statement on this was in Vosh's live appearance on the Drunken Peasants podcast recently, which ironically, you got Vosh on the Drunken Peasants podcast talking about it too. Like, this shit just kind of blew up and everybody started talking about it after I like brought attention to it. So I do think this is one of my bigger contributions to the discourse. Vosh went on the Drunken Peasants podcast the other day, and they were talking about it. The Drunken Peasants guys were talking about it, and they are not really like a super political podcast from what I can tell. Like, they're more of just a kind of fuck around and shoot the shit kind of podcast, but they get into politics, you know?
Is that like no interest? Like, I have no interest in owning a Matt Walsh plushie?
What's interesting is that people who want to put something like this on credit.
This is weird.
It's pretty weird.
That guy's comment was funny as fuck. That guy's comment killed me the first time I was like, when I was watching this live. That guy's comment like made me laugh so hard. Who the fuck would want to put something like this on credit? It's kind of a boomer joke, but it's pretty funny.
I want to get 3 of them, and I want to make them into like a human centipede sort of thing.
Like, this is explicitly marketed to children, so a good comparison would be, imagine the outrage if somebody like Dream or Markiplier or PewDiePie made a plushie of them as a baby in a diaper and then marketed that to children. Everyone would be like, wow, that's psycho. And Matt Walsh is a supposedly professional, serious, like, political pundit. Like, it's so much worse.
Oh yeah.
Did Matt Walsh make this himself? This isn't a parody thing?
No, this is from the Daily Wire.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
It's in the URL. It's dailywire.com.
Yep, dailywire.com.
Wait until you guys try to hear Matt Walsh's half-assed excuse for why he not only owns this, sells this on his platform, and also has this as like his branding, the Sweet Baby Gang branding. When you hear his excuse, it is the most, yeah, all right, buddy, shit ever.
Explicitly for kids, because they unironically do want to groom your children. They literally, PragerU does this with their kid shows. No, that's not a joke.
Point.
They literally want their kids to be like, oh, it's your little Matt Walsh. And then when you're old enough at 7, that's Matt Walsh. See, he's a real person. Oh, go watch his video.
Can we get a Dylan Mulvaney one of these?
Oh, God, the thought of that. The thought of that, like, actually makes your blood run cold. Like, imagine being a kid who gets, like, raised and, like, in their bed every night, in their fucking crib, is the Matt Walsh plushie, and then they turn, like, 7 or 8 years old, and their parents are like, hey, do you know Matt Walsh is actually real? Here, and they put Matt Walsh's videos on fucking, like, playlist, nonstop, like, looped playlist for the kid to watch. Bedtime Stories by Matt Walsh. Matt Walsh has put out a children's book. It's about, it's called Johnny the Walrus. It's about a kid who decides he identifies as a walrus, and his parents have to teach him that it's just play pretend, and, you know, there's no such thing as actually identifying as something you're not born as. You know, he made a children's book to make sure the kids aren't being propagandized to. That thing the right seems to be so worried about. Drunken Peasants abuse allegations? What? What?
If Dylan Mulvaney did this, she would be hung in the street. Like,
right.
I think we should do it.
I don't want her to be hung in the street. She's annoying, but not that bad.
That's what it takes. It's about time we bring back martyrs. Nobody's willing to die for their cause anymore.
And what happened to Jesus Christ? Huh? Oh, well, you want Jesus
and be done with it.
I can't even begin to tell you how much like it's an absolute projection. This groomer kind of shit. Matt Walsh selling like a little baby sex toy plushie thing. You got Turning Point USA, which is an explicitly groomer organization intended to try and get young.
Not because some
You know, let me see if I can get to the part where they play Matt Walsh's Matt Walsh's explanation. Here it is. Okay, so here's Matt Walsh explaining the joke.
I'm gonna lose my mind, dude.
How does he sell this?
$5 fucking plushie.
Holy.
All right.
I'm done gaslighting the SBG. Yes, this is a sweet baby plushie.
Get your
I'm not
hand off
hallucinating.
its ass,
He's been
man.
working behind me and smug silence for months now. At first, I thought this was a prank.
I like that. I like that this indicates that Matt Walsh knows exactly what he's doing. He knows that he's playing the exact perfect foil to the left that you can possibly, like the best foil to the left you could possibly play. The smugly wrong guy who refuses to engage with anybody who's capable of blowing them the fuck out, so that like their audience of dumb fucks they've roped into believing they have a single valid word to say is completely like disconnected from any like dissenting thought. He knows exactly what he's doing. He knows that being wrong, like very aggressively, confidently, and knowingly wrong and smug about it is like the most triggering thing to the left. And that's why he does what he does. It's why his whole personality is so effective. Because as I've said a million times, the core value of conservatism, their most prime of virtues, is cruelty towards minorities. Secondarily, cruelty to those on the left that don't fall into those minority groups that they hate. Cruelty. They love cruelty.
That the company was playing on me as they prodded with Matt, the stuffed walrus was such a success. You know, we have to make this next. But the joke didn't end there because it was not so much a joke as it was an attempt to offend God and offend all.
He's playing it
people.
down.
He tries to pretend like it's something he doesn't like. He's trying to pretend like he's creeped out and weirded out by it and he doesn't like it. Meanwhile, Daily Wire is selling these $25 a piece. They're marketed at kids, at parents to give to their kids. He's always called his fans the Sweet Baby Gang. He's had a logo that is the Sweet Baby for longer than this. And he's had the fucking Sweet Baby Gang plushie in the background for a while. So it's like, he's not even... The Sweet Baby Gang is such a gross name. It's intentional. No. Matt Walsh's literal whole thing is clearly being everything he accuses the left of being, and then smugly being wrong about everything, and like to trigger the lefties and to trigger the trans people and the minorities and stuff like that. That's his gimmick. They're called Sweet Baby Gang because right-wingers are always pissing themselves over dumb nonsense. Yeah, they're always pissing and shitting themselves.
Of all decent people with... I can't even hold this thing and talk. I've been informed that as of today, you can get your very own stuffed Sweet Baby by purchasing yours from the Swag Shack at dailywire.com/shop. I never asked for this, but some of you have, and this is your fault.
Nobody asked for
God
this.
help us all.
Okay.
I'm done gaslighting.
He knows.
I'm out. I'm done.
He knows.
So somebody was just with him?
Jeff, come on.
But they're selling it for real. Again, if
This is like the equivalent of like going over to a friend's house and seeing that they have like a giant anime body pillow on their bed. And you're like, bro? And they're like, yeah, that's just a joke. Like my friend got that for me as like a prank. Like it's like a meme joke prank. And it's like, why is it in your bed though? Like what? But you've unironically got it in your bed, you know? Like that would basically be that's essentially what's happening here. That is basically what's happening here. You walk into your friend's house, you see his anime body pillow, and it's like, no, man, it was just a joke. It's just a meme, man. It's just a meme. It's like, yeah, why is it stained? Get your hand off its ass, man. I love that one I really need to watch more Drunken Peasants. It's a really funny podcast. It really, really is. Why? Why? Why can the why can the Sweet Baby Gang plushie stand up on its own? Why? No. Why can his plushie stand up on its own? Why? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for this. I'm responsible for this entire discourse, and I couldn't be happier.